So I thought I'd take a few minutes today to give an update related to a video that I posted a few months ago entitled Buddhism in the Classroom. I posted this video last school year, and so I thought I'd give an update since there have been some changes that have taken place. What I have done is I've managed to get a hold of some of the materials in which the school district that my children are attending is using in their classrooms. Although the high school seems to be utilizing it on a limited basis, it's mostly in the middle school, and it was supposed to be starting to get implemented this year in the elementary school. So when I viewed those materials, it was quite obvious that the materials themselves, in the way the videos are done, the format, everything that is spoken, the words that are used, it is definitely Buddhism. And they are utilizing it in the classrooms as a way to potentially change the environment for our children. It's only taking place about 15 minutes a day, at least the school district my kids are in. They're only doing about 15 minutes a day. But it's the simple aspect that the material that they're using is definitely Buddhist in origin. It would almost be like Christians deciding to go to school and watering down some sort of Christian prayer teaching, and we might change some of the words so it's not quite so Christianese, and then we bring it into the classroom and we start presenting it to kids, and we do it on the grounds that this will help get our children to start thinking better, to making wiser decisions, to have a more calm environment, how to deal with difficulties that arise or things that cause us to get aggravated, and how we can make changes to prevent going down a road that they may not want to go down, that ultimately land themselves getting in trouble. And so we develop a curriculum and we take to the schools and we start presenting it. And I would nearly guarantee you, as soon as we started doing something like that, watering down the Christian stuff but still related to Christian teaching, parents would be up in arms, school districts would be up in arms. In fact, I seriously doubt the school districts would implement it. And yet here we sit with Calm Classroom or Inner Explorer, Mind Up. Mind Up is the curriculum that is being used in my children's schools. So what I ended up doing is I contacted the ACLJ, the American Centers for Law and Justice, and they ended up representing me. They did more research, gathered even more information, some of what I gave them, plus materials that I didn't get a hold of yet. And they sent off a letter to the school district. For lack of a better words, you might consider it a cease and desist order or request. And of course, the school district responded back to us with one lie, in the fact that they stated that I'm okay with what's taking place in the classroom, and that's completely incorrect. But the rest of their letter basically was in full disagreement with our stance related to this Mind Up curriculum. And just a few short words, they basically stated that this isn't a Buddhist curriculum that they're utilizing. And then this year, I sent off a letter to all three of my schools. I got one school to actually respond back to me, and what the letter was a request that my children be abstained from any of this Mind Up mindfulness curriculum. And the one principal responded back to me and stated that it is not Buddhist and oriented, but they'll go ahead and abstain my kids from the class. In fact, he had already contacted all his teachers prior to me even making contact with them. So at least the principal is on top of what I stand for based off of last year and where I stand. And so my kids aren't having to participate in it. But it is troubling that it is still taking place. It's troubling that they completely disagree, although they have their own mind and their own attorney that says otherwise. And I can disagree with them all day long. And I can debate the cores of what is being taught and its origins and fully disagree with it from a religious perspective. But that's where we're at. They chose not to comply with the letter. So that leaves the ACLJ only one place to go, and that would be to file a lawsuit. And so what I am going to say is, so far we're not stepping forward with that. And here's the reason why. If we were to file a case here in the state of Oregon, um, the chances of it winning in the courts, due to the unfriendly nature of the leftist left coast and all the leftist judges, we'd probably lose in court. And as my attorney from the ACLJ, who represents me, stated, they basically get one chance at going after this curriculum and stopping it in the schools. And so if we did do it in Oregon, we could lose, then we'd have to appeal, and then ultimately we'd probably end up going to the Ninth Circuit. And I honestly believe that this particular material will get all the way to the Supreme Court once a court case is brought forth. And so, as most people know in the United States, the Ninth Circuit is definitely not conservative in any way, shape, or form. Most of the time, they do not rule on the side of the Constitution, and they are 90 some percent, I think is what Jay Sekulow from the ACLJ states, where their rulings get overturned by a higher court, the Supreme Court. And so we chose not to pursue a court case here in the state of Oregon. And so what's going to take place at this point is the ACLJ has other clients also in a similar situation with this Mind Up or Mindfulness curriculum through the Mind Up programs and Calm Classroom, InterExplorer, and I think there's a few others. And so they're going to be gathering up information with the potential of a lawsuit in another part of the country under a different circuit other than the Ninth Circuit that might actually rule in our favor and in agreement that this material is indeed Buddhism in the classroom. So, in a nutshell, we're not moving forward with a lawsuit here in the state of Oregon. I'm just sitting back and waiting for a court case to take place somewhere else. Probably not going to happen tomorrow. Might not even happen this year. But given the environment, how this is spreading across our country, I'd imagine it will start taking place somewhere else within the country in a, for lack of better words, a little more reasonable amount of time. So there we are. I would disclose the letter that my attorney wrote to the school district. Very good letter. Very wordy. Gets into details. Some, like I said, I didn't even know through stuff that I researched. And I could also post the letter that the school district that my children go to, which is David Douglas School District here in the state of Oregon, in the city of Portland, and the response to the ACLJ. And but I probably won't do that unless more and more people decide they want to see what we have done. Then I might contact my attorney with the ACLJ, Abigail, and talk to her about maybe posting the letter on Facebook on a later date. But if there's enough people that view this video that want to see the letter in which we wrote, and potentially even the one that I received from the school district, let me know. Leave a comment below, and I'd be happy to get back to you on that. So for now, I want to say thank you for watching. Hope you're having a pleasant day, and take care of yourselves.